Tragedy on the tracks. That breaking news continuing this noon out of Philadelphia. Right now, federal investigators are on the scene of that deadly derailment. An Amtrak train reduced to twisted metal and shattered glass. It was headed to New York from D.C. when it overturned in the Port Richmond section of Philadelphia last night. We know 6 people have been confirmed dead, including a Naval Academy midshipman. Information, though, still pouring into the newsroom, and we have team coverage for you this noon. We begin with our Tom Rousey, who has been on that scene all night long, and he joins us now live from Philadelphia with the very latest. Tom?
Well, Jimmy, we just received some new information within the last hour here. But before I get to that, let me show you the scene here in northeastern Philadelphia. Still a lot of police and fire on the scene, as they've been all day and all night long near where that derailment happened, a short distance from where you're looking right there. Short time ago, there was a press conference with Philadelphia's mayor. He said that the train, actually similar to airplanes, had a black box. It's been recovered. It's being analyzed by experts. But he did caution this investigation could take some time.
We are heartbroken at what has happened here. We've not experienced anything like this in modern times. We will get to the bottom of it and figure out what happened, why it happened, but that will take some time.
The mayor also said the conductor of the train was injured but was also treated, and at some point this morning started giving out information about what happened last night to investigators. The National Transportation Safety Board, their GO team out of D.C., is on the scene investigating right now. A total of 6 people died in this derailment, and we are told out of 243 people on the train, more than 200 had to be taken to the hospital. Many of them suffered fractures, but many of them also are already out of the hospital. We talked to one passenger who was able to be released from the hospital. She returned to the scene this morning. This is what she had to say.
Our car had flipped over. I was at the bottom in the dirt along with other people. One of the women next to me was injured, so was another woman on the right. They were stuck underneath the chairs.
So just a chaotic scene that Beth, that passenger there, describes. She says she and some other passengers eventually had to climb their way out. The train was on its side, so they climbed out through an upper window. Now, investigators say they are going to be on scene all day long and probably for, at the very least, several days here in northeastern Philadelphia. They say they're going to be cautious, but they're going to try to get more information out as they can and as they learn more. The NTSB says they're going to be looking at a lot of things, including the way the train was being operated, also signals that were going on at the time, a whole lot of things to determine exactly what went wrong when that train derailed here in northeastern Philadelphia last night. Reporting live in Philadelphia, I'm Tom Rousey, ABC 7 News.
Okay, Tom, thank you for your hard work out there. 238 passengers, 5 crew members were on board when that train derailed. And as we mentioned, 6 people were killed, including a midshipman from the Naval Academy in Annapolis. Our Jeanette Reyes continues our live team coverage at Temple University Hospital in Philadelphia with the very latest there. Jeanette?
Well, Jumi, right now we're in front of the emergency room where 54 of the more than 200 patients were taken to the hospital here after being rescued or escaping from the mangled remains of those trains. Take a look here behind me. It was a busy morning here. We know 6 people are dead, and we're able to confirm minutes ago that among the dead is 20-year-old Naval Academy midshipman Justin Zemser. His mother says he was on leave and on his way home when this tragedy happened. No other details are being released until next of kin are notified. But earlier this morning, the chief medical officer told us the most recent death, that 6th person, died shortly upon arrival. They tried unsuccessfully to resuscitate this person. Most of the patients complained of chest pains. Many had broken bones, including broken ribs and contusions from luggage, laptops falling on them, and passengers ramming into each other. Take a listen to how those passengers described this horrific crash.
The patients who were awake who could talk to me were folks that were in the last 2 cars. I didn't speak to anyone awake that was in further ahead in the train. They said it was chaotic and difficult, and the folks I talked to were injured because people fell on them or things fell on them in the train.
And officials here tell us that many of the staff here, they showed up even before they were called in. Many of the medical professionals trying to offer whatever help they could. At this hour, we can tell you that about 25 people are still at the hospital here, still checked in, victims of this crash. 8 of them are in critical condition. One thing we should mention really quickly is that victims still remain unaccounted for. One of the reasons why it's making things a bit complicated is that with these trains, there's not assigned seating, and so it's making it difficult to find out who is in there, who is not, if there's still anyone in there. So of course we'll continue following the story and let you know as soon as we get confirmation as to whether or not everyone is accounted for. Reporting live in Philadelphia, Jeanette Reyes, ABC 7 News.
Okay, Jeanette, and if you are worried about your friends or family members, you can contact Amtrak's hotline for information. That number is 1-800-523-9101.